Module Overview. Introduction. This foundational module introduces you to the psychological underpinnings of art and creativity, tracing the evolution of thought on creativity from ancient philosophies to modern psychological science. It unpacks how human cognition, perception, and affect have historically been viewed in relation to artistic expression and creative behavior, offering a critical bridge between the humanities and the sciences. The module aims to provide a solid base for understanding the core theories, disciplines, and frameworks through which psychologists have examined art and the act of creation. It also explores how creativity is understood as both a cognitive function and a cultural phenomenon, contextualizing it within broader discussions in psychology, aesthetics, philosophy, and anthropology. Topics covered in this module: defining art and creativity, a psychological challenge. Art and creativity resist easy definition. Unlike more concrete psychological constructs such as memory or attention, creativity is multidimensional, manifesting in domains as varied as painting, science, literature, mathematics, and even social interaction. This section explores definitions of art and creativity from various psychological and cultural perspectives, distinction between creative process, creative product, creative person, and creative environment, discussion of big C creativity, eminent creativity, versus little c creativity, everyday creativity. Historical foundations of psychology and aesthetics. This section journeys through the intellectual history of creativity, showing how it transitioned from a mystical divine gift to a psychological trait. Key points include Greek antiquity, creativity as divine madness, Plato, versus structured craft, Aristotle, Renaissance and Romanticism, the artist as genius and visionary, 19th century empiricism, early scientific interest in talent, genius, and mental illness, the emergence of experimental aesthetics, Fechner, Helmholtz, and Gestalt psychology, Kohler, Kafka, art and the unconscious mind. This topic focuses on the role of the unconscious in creativity, Freud's psychoanalytic theory, art as sublimation, dreams as inspiration, Jung's archetypes, the collective unconscious, and symbolic imagery in art. The creative process is a dynamic interaction between conscious intention and unconscious content. The evolutionary psychology of art. Why do humans create art at all? This section explores art as adaptation, display of fitness, survival signaling, social bonding, art as spandrel, a byproduct of evolved cognition, comparative creativity in animals, e.g. bowerbirds, elephants, Darwinian aesthetics and sexual selection theory, contemporary psychological approaches. Modern psychological inquiry into art is diverse. Key contemporary perspectives include cognitive psychology, creativity as problem-solving and conceptual combination, social psychology, group influence, cultural scripts, audience response, developmental psychology, how creative abilities form and decline, neuroscience and neuroaesthetics, brain imaging, default mode network, and emotional regulation. Key theorists and thinkers introduced: Sigmund Freud, art as sublimation of unconscious desires; Carl Jung, archetypes in the collective unconscious; Rudolf Arnheim, visual perception and artistic structure; Abraham Maslow, self-actualization and creativity; E. Paul Torrance, creative testing and divergent thinking; Howard Gardner, multiple intelligences and artistic talent; Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, systems theory of creativity and flow.
Learning outcomes. By the end of this module, you will be able to critically define and differentiate between key concepts in art and creativity from a psychological perspective. Trace the evolution of thought surrounding creativity from antiquity to the present. Discuss foundational psychological theories that explain artistic behavior. Identify how unconscious processes contribute to creativity. Recognize the diversity of approaches to studying creativity in contemporary psychology.